Welcome to Diversity Matters. This program is designed to highlight the diversity-related activities throughout New Hanover County Schools and the greater Wilmington community. I'm Valita Quattlebaum, Chief Communications Officer for New Hanover County Schools. This month on our program, I'm joined in the studio by Lisa Burris, the district's lead counselor and social worker, and Ms. Azaria Brewer, a student at New Hanover High School who has recently experienced being homeless. Together, we'll discuss the issue of homelessness in New Hanover County. Then in the second half of the show, my co-host Maria Black will travel to New Hanover High School for a look at the school's international club and the diverse mix of students that give that organization its life. So, don't go away. This edition of Diversity Matters will get started right after this short break.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
This is a man who almost learned to walk at a rehab center that almost got built by people who almost gave money. Almost gave. How good is almost giving? About as good as almost walking.
Welcome to Diversity Matters. I'm Valita Quattlebaum. This month, we focus on the issue of homelessness, specifically in New Hanover County Schools. Joining me today are Lisa Burris, the school district's lead counselor and social worker, and Ms. Azaria Brewer, a student at New Hanover High School who has recently experienced homelessness herself. There are strong support networks in our community, and during the next few minutes, we hope to shine a little hope on those in the grips of homelessness and show that individuals and families can and do recover from it. So, welcome both of you to our program.
Thank you.
Lisa, as part of your job for New Hanover County Schools, how do we define homelessness?
We abide by a federal law called the McKinney-Vento Act, and that law requires us to identify and serve students that lack regular, adequate, and fixed housing. We work with that to assure school stability and providing the necessary resources for academic success.
Okay, and what do our numbers look like in recent years? Have we seen an increase or decrease?
We've definitely seen an increase. At the end of last year, we had approximately 700 students identified. A couple of years ago, we were hovering around 300, 400. But we know that this year, with over 500 already, that number is going to continue to grow.
So we're almost double where we were a few years ago.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And what does our district do to accommodate our students who happen to be homeless?
Well, again, the first part is to assure that we're identifying them and determining their eligibility. But once identified, they have a right to stay at their school of origin. If their family is highly mobile, or is what we want to do in those cases is assure that they have the opportunity to stay at one school and not have to transition from school to school to school.
Right, so they're stable on that, the school side.
They do have the right to choose their district school as well if that's feasible. But to make all of that happen, we provide transportation to the school of origin. We assure that free and reduced lunch is immediately put in place. And this is a critical piece, that they're able to enroll in school even if they're missing required documents, and we will work to help acquire those documents.
So that's great for families to know. They don't have to have all their paperwork.
And that their enrollment is immediate.
Okay, all right. So what do we see when children are homeless? Are there any traits that we look for?
Well, we use our enrollment process as a critical way in which we identify families, and showing up without the necessary documents is certainly a good a possible indicator.
Right.
But I think we also, if we see that students are arriving late, if they're missing school, if they are coming unprepared, maybe they're tired, hungry, all kinds of signs that we take into consideration. Not all students with those signs and symptoms are lacking regular, adequate, fixed housing. We need to serve them all, but McKinney-Vento is one option that we may be pursuing.
Good. So the district is aggressive about seeking that out, because sometimes the family might not know that we have these services.
Right. Yes, we are, and I think it's also important because sometimes families are uncomfortable sharing that information. They're concerned about the consequences or how they'll be treated.
Right.
I want to mention also that sometimes a student's behavior is an indicator, and behaviors can be extreme, or they can be the student just is absent or invisible.
Right.
Excuse me, in a sense.
Okay, well that's a good segue to Azaria. Azaria, first of all, it's so amazing to meet you, and that you are. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You're a student at New Hanover, and tell us.
A student at New Hanover, and I plan to go to Cape Fear for a little bit, and then transfer into UNCW. And I would like to become a pediatrician.
That's awesome. And you're self-sufficient now. Okay.
Yes.
So what was the biggest challenge you faced when you were homeless?
The biggest challenge I faced was being able to find, of course, a place to go, being able to find ways to do my homework. Thankfully, Cape Fear had a program with the Salvation Army that helped me get a library card so I could be able to go online and to do a lot of the schooling that I wasn't able to do before that, because it was hard to find computer access. And at the public library, I mean, you only get maybe 2 hours, which really isn't a lot on the computer. So they helped me out a lot.
So the community services were your support system.
A huge help.
And let's talk about, we know that there is a stigma associated with homelessness, unfortunately. Did you experience that?
Yes, a lot of times. And I've heard numerous stories of other people having to experience it, whether walking into businesses and just asking to use the restroom, or taking the city bus and having to wait outside and stuff. A lot of people have a huge stigma that a lot of homeless people are just beggars, or they're just not willing to go to work or anything like that. And it can be very rude.
That's not true, right?
Yeah, there's lots of people that are out there and they're just having a hard time. They just need help just to get back up on their feet, and once they get a little bit of something, they can go lots of different places with their life. But just right then and there, especially with the economy we have, it's extremely hard to find work and keep work right now. So.
Okay. What, if anything, have you learned during that experience that you would pass on to a student who may be going through that now, or a family?
Definitely the type of temporary work agencies you can go to, like Labor Ready. There's lots of stuff that you can do to be able to find at least something to hand you some type of income until you do find a stable job. Right. There's lots of places that children could go that are my age almost, or younger, that are aging out or have gotten kicked out, like Open House. There are lots of programs at homeless shelters that they can get into that will help them with clothing, and most importantly, going to DSS and going to the Board of Education and asking if they can help you so you can finish your education, because your education. You can connect with the Miss Burses of the world. Yes, the Miss Burses of the world, because they are the true heroes. Because without your education, you can't go anywhere. You need to be able to find a job, you know what I mean, that will provide you with the right type of income. Right now, part-time minimum wage jobs are not enough to survive. They're really not enough. So I'm just amazed by your resilience as such a young person. That's a great. So what advice would you give to our teachers and school staff to better support our students who may happen to find themselves in that situation? To talk to the students, to talk with the families, and to help the families out. A lot of my teachers have been a huge support. That's why I wanted to go back to New Hanover and only New Hanover, because the teachers there have been amazing to me. They have helped me out tremendously. Miss Toothman has helped me out a lot. She's the coordinator of The Wire. She's extremely helpful. She's my mentor for my senior project. Mrs. Herga, she was extremely helpful to me. Just a teacher that's willing to sit down and show that they care and talk to you and help you out. At least someone to vent to, or someone that can give you ideas or solutions to some of the problems you're going through in your life.
Right.
Is extremely, extremely helpful.
Oh, that's so great that you connected with those great teachers for that
my
support.
teachers.
So what career goals do you have for yourself, and has this experience influenced that?
Yes, definitely. I hope to be able to become a pediatrician eventually, but I want to go to Cape Fear, get my CNA license, and then pursue nursing. And hopefully I'll have a CNA job while I'm pursuing nursing. And then once I get my nursing degree, nursing license, I want to go into trying to become a pediatrician at UNCW. And hopefully I'll have a nursing job while I'm doing that. And I want to be a pediatrician that will help out with the community, because I know sometimes it's extremely hard. It was extremely hard for me when I was little, being able to find the right type of, I guess, medical help.
Care,
yeah,
and support.
Because even sometimes, like right now, Medicaid doesn't cover very much at all. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of doctors are willing to help out with, people not being able to pay. You know what I mean? Workers' comp, like I've heard a lot of people say that it's so hard to get stuff done on workers' comp or on Medicaid. So I want to be a doctor that will hopefully be able to help out with that in the future.
Yeah, with that kind of resilience, I'm sure you'll make your goal.
Hopefully I definitely like to go overseas and work in third world countries and stuff like that and help out.
That's awesome. So speaking of helping out, Lisa, is there anything the community can do or should know about the situation in New Hanover County?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to share this information today in Diversity Matters, and it's an ongoing challenge to find the resources, the financial resources. We have many resources in New Hanover County, so I'm grateful for that. I really think that Azaria is very resilient, and she has the ability to speak for herself, but we need to advocate for all of our students. I think the community can be willing to, and they are, and if we can find the best way to access resources from them. We do provide clothing, we do help families find the food resources that they need. We want to assure they're connected up with the appropriate community agencies, but there's always a need for coats and shoes and socks and access to computers and tutoring and how to pay for those tutoring opportunities. So we're very receptive to any organization that would like to partner with us.
Oh, awesome. So they can go to our website and look under Student Support Services.
And give me a call.
Right, give
Happy
you a call.
to meet with them.
Great, great. Well, it was wonderful having you here, and I think you're just a testimony to what resilience and strength can do. You're an amazing young woman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I wish you well. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
For more information and resources on homelessness, you can check out the school district's website at www.nhcs/homeless. Now, when we come back, we'll travel to New Hanover High School and visit with the International Club, so don't go away.
Jangan takut.
This song was created with heartbeats of children in need. Find out how it can help frontline health workers bring hope to millions of children at everybeatmatters.org.
Welcome to Diversity Matters. I am Maria Black, and today we are at New Hanover High School, where I am talking to the ESL teachers who started the new International Club. Their goal is to bring together the different cultures within the school and give the students a sense of community.
A Lyceum student started the idea with his graduation project, and he started working with some of our Burmese refugee students. And he was doing an after-school project, and he was calling it the International Club, and he was doing some tutoring and some fun activities with some of our students. And it branched out to some of the other students besides that particular group of students. And one of our colleagues, who is now at Myrtle Grove, Beth Brown, was working with the Lyceum student, and he brought several of his friends, and our students were really relating to that and enjoying it. And it was nice for us to see our students getting out into the general population, and they really, really seemed to be enjoying themselves. And I think our faculty, our ESL faculty here, saw that and decided to carry that over into this year and keep that International Club alive and to start it again this year. And so we decided to be the sponsors of it since those students graduated last year.
How did you go about making students aware of the new club?
We had a lot of fun with that. We got a group of students together who speak Spanish, Korean, the refugee group from Burma, and Arabic, and I think those were the three groups to start with, Arabic, Spanish, and Korean. And we took them to the cafeteria for all the lunches and had them, we set up a table and had them try to get other students to sign up for the club. And one way we did this, Ms. Whitehead had thought of the idea of each student writing a phrase in their language. So they wrote a phrase in Arabic, some phrases in Spanish, some phrases in Korean. And then we took them around to people eating lunch, and I would just go up to the table while they were eating lunch and say, "Do you know what this says?" And they'd look at me like, "What are you talking about?" Especially if it was in Arabic. And I said, if you want to know the answer to what this says, bring it back to our sign-up table for the International Club when you're through with your lunch.
What a great idea.
Well, they all did that, and then the other students said, sign up for our International Club. So we had a sign-up sheet during all the lunches in the cafeteria, and we also plastered the school with flyers announcing it.
That's great. What a great start. That's awesome. So far, who makes up the club? Do you wish for a more diverse group, or how is it? Who's represented?
Currently, we are just getting started. We had about 25 students, I believe, at our first meeting, and that included students who speak Tagalog, Korean, Spanish, Arabic, I think one person who spoke French, and then a group of AP students who were in the media center when we had the meeting and became very interested in it. And we invited them over, and we got some of them to sign up for the club also. So we definitely want anybody in the school to join the club. Mr. Finn, our principal at the first of the year, he got the staff together and he gave us all t-shirts that had a phrase on the front of the shirt in African that said Ubuntu. And that's an African phrase that means, I am what I am because of what we all are. Wow. And that's also promoting diversity, so that's a good tie-in to our International Club.
Absolutely. Have you guys created a mission statement, or is this something that is going to happen as a result of a group or club discussion?
Yes, we have created a mission statement, and I'm going to read it for you right now. Our mission statement is to unite the student body through cultural exchange and awareness.
Great. Wow. That sounds pretty good. Very short, sweet, and very specific. Yeah. Yes, very easy to relate to. Now, tell me how the students and perhaps other staff members have received the idea.
The staff members have been wonderful. Mr. Finn, we've got nothing but support from Mr. Finn. He's been all over this idea. The students, our ESL students, are really wanting to shine.
they don't get a chance to become part of the local community. This is their opportunity to show what they have to offer.
So the other students have embraced the idea and are asking questions, and everyone, you've noticed that difference.
And a lot of students, well, it happened in a class. One of my classes last year did a project with a general population class. We both teach science. And my class presented their material in their own language and in English. And the other class was amazed because they didn't understand Arabic. They didn't understand Karen. They didn't understand the Spanish that was being spoken. They couldn't read Arabic. They couldn't read Karen. And even the teacher was amazed and delighted.
That's great. What a way of getting a quick pulse on the value of either having another language or just having that close opportunity with the culture.
And we passed around a globe, and everybody got to see where these kids lived or where they were coming from. And our student population doesn't realize how many kids we have from all over the world here at New Hanover.
What are some activities that you hope to do or that you plan for the
Well,
club?
we have some club members that are interested in dancing, and of course different cultures have different dances, and I think that'll be really exciting.
Yes.
And we do have a new dance teacher here at school, so I think we can get that involved with the dance classes, and so that should be really exciting. And hopefully that can get maybe some parents involved as well, which is something we'd like to do with the club. And of course there's always the international food aspect that you like to bring in.
That's a great one, yes.
But ultimately what we'd like to do is take a trip to Washington, D.C. We know that we'll have to do a little fundraising for that, but of course most of the museums and everything there is free, and so and our students have come here for the most part and are stuck in this one area and haven't really gotten out and traveled around in the United States. And of course, that being our nation's capital, that's somewhere we'd like to take them. And it's a nice historical journey, so we would ultimately like to make that trip.
How the students can join?
Well, just show up. We will announce the meeting. It is announced several times during the day. The meetings are held during first and second lunch. Just show up and we will love to have you be part of the club.
Great. And what do you have to say to those students who are not yet part of the club, but you would like to motivate them to join?
We sent out a flyer saying, what would you like to see in the club? And most people said we want to learn to sing in another language, to dance, to eat food, to laugh and have fun, and that's what we're going to do. So come do all of that.
We're a new club, so our goal is to meet once a month. Hopefully we can meet twice a month, but for right now, just to be comfortable, we're meeting once a month.
Okay, great. And are there any opportunities for parents who may wish to participate, or is it strictly for the students?
We would welcome the parents to participate. Anytime parents participate, it's great. Right now we're letting the students direct where they go. We're having to guide them just a little bit, but I can see that as a future possibility, sure.
Okay. I know the holidays, as we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, are quickly approaching. Is there any events? Do you guys have any events planned, or have you guys started any conversations yet as to how everyone celebrates?
Right. There are other cultures that celebrate Christmas, and we would like them to bring what they do for their festivities. There are some cultures that don't celebrate Christmas, but they celebrate, like in Ramadan or Eid. There are other celebrations that we could give the school an idea of what they do.
Okay, that's great. So what do you hope to accomplish throughout all of this?
The one thing I really hope to accomplish, our ESL students are so isolated by their language. It is hard for them to make friends, and they want to be part of the school, part of the community. They want to have just a normal high school life. This club gives them that ability. They can show their culture, their language, meet other kids who want to learn. Just as we have a lot to offer, there are a lot of kids who travel and they want to learn about these other cultures and make new friends, and we have it right here. So that's the beauty of it.
We just learned about the great things that the new International Club is looking to accomplish at New Hanover High School. If you would like more information about how to join the club or when the next meeting is, go to the school's website or simply get in touch with one of the ESL teachers at the school. Now, don't go away, we'll be right back.
Al ocurrir un choque de autos, 3 de cada 4 niños no van tan seguros como deberían de ir, porque sus asientos no son colocados correctamente. Con el sistema Latch es más sencillo hacerlo bien, manteniendo a sus hijos protegidos. Colocando, ajustando, abrochando. Aprende más en safercar.gov.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Diversity Matters. If you would like more information about our district's ESL program, please call Maria Black at 254-4202. And always feel free to call the New Hanover County Schools Public Relations Department at 254-4245 if you have a story idea for future editions of Diversity Matters. Until next time, I'm Valita Quattlebaum, and on behalf of my co-host Maria Blacks, thank you for watching. We'll see you again next month right here on Diversity Matters.